can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! We are loaded today, though I'm flying solo. I want to send a shout out to the big dog, Shane Lake. He is ill this week, so he will return next week. Victor is out on assignment, so I'm going to fly solo this week, but I'm going to have some help today. Good morning. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. We are so glad to have y'all with us. And of course, this first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Snowman here with you, flying solo, but not for long. But first, before we get started, I want to send a message to Nico Harrison. Dear Nico.
You're fired!
Okay. I wanted to get that joke out of the way first. Now, for the next couple of hours, I have a very dear friend joining me. And this is if you saw the thumbnail, basically this is the Playmaker takeover with this man.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
I love when this man is here. This is the Playmaker, Darnell Sallins. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, Snowman. That kind of sucks. No Shane, no Victor.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I feel Shane's pain when you have a cough and you can't talk and you can't move. Yeah. It's just me this week while the guys are getting themselves back together. How are you?
I'm good.
Now, I want to tell y'all the funniest message I got from this man was yesterday. Because as I was putting this show together after having the day off yesterday, before I could even message him, he shoots me a message going, "Before you ask, yes." Does this man not know me or what?
I knew a message was coming. So right after I missed the coach, I was like, might as well Mr. Snowman. Yeah. Because I already knew what was coming.
Really? And what was coming, sir?
Oh, you was gonna ask if I was available. I know.
Well, from the heart, I am glad that you're here this morning. I really, really appreciate you being here.
I'm here and let's have some fun.
Yes, let's. Where do you want to start?
Where do we begin? Oh man. This is why I wish Victor was here, because I know Victor got a lot of questions.
Oh, I do too. I do. You know what? Here's our start. What the hell happened in Staples Center Saturday night? We'll start with that particular series.
Luka showed up and nobody else did.
In case you missed it, the Wolves beat up the Lakers 117-95. And as Playmaker just said so eloquently, Luka's the only one that showed up. Why? I mean, did no one else on the Lakers even care about that game?
I mean, you got beat by a Minnesota team that didn't have Anthony Edwards for almost a whole quarter, and he didn't even shoot the ball well.
Right.
So now
the Lakers led after one quarter, but then the other three periods all belonged to Minnesota. And after they took the lead at halftime, they ran away.
But now you must win in Minnesota now.
Mm-hmm.
It was an if, now it's a must.
It is a must. If they're going to stay in this series, they must win in Minnesota. No doubt about it.
That's what happens when you lose game one at your own building.
Mm-hmm.
It was an if. It's if the Lakers want to get this over quickly, they can win in Minnesota. It's an if. Because you have 4 games at crypto.com.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a must.
It's a must.
Because Minnesota, all they got to do is like, you know what? We got 3 games at home. We're good.
Mm-hmm. If they hold home serve, they win the series.
So now you're in a must situation.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to fire up the propane tank for you because I want you to roast the hell out of them after their game one performance.
I ain't roasting them. Yeah. These things happen. I have seen a lot of series when the first game, the home team gets smacked in the mouth.
Yeah.
And then they realize, okay, they just smacked us in the mouth. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, now we understand. Okay, it's go time.
Yeah. What needs to happen for the Lakers in game 2?
The other 2 show up with Luka.
That's about right.
I mean,
because if they get any kind of help, if the Lakers get any kind of help whatsoever in game 1, they win that game.
Mr. James. The worst thing that can happen to you right now is getting beat in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is literally the worst thing that can happen to you right now.
Yep.
Because if you get beat and ousted in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves, Luka Doncic as your teammate,
mm-hmm.
Everybody gonna look at you and be like, so all that mess you did with Stephen A. Smith got you put out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That you need to wipe this away. So you need to make sure you don't get ousted in the first round.
Well, game 2 is tonight, 10 p.m. on TNT. There might be a doubleheader call for me tonight on my channel. But let's flip the script. Let's talk about Minnesota for a minute. The Minnesota Timberwolves hang 117 points on the Lakers in crypto.com arena. Now, I'm going to repeat a question that Doc Rivers said some time back. Will Minnesota be happy with just stealing game 1 in Los Angeles, or are they going to be greedy and go for the double play tonight?
I see your question with another question. What did Anthony Edwards do to Kevin Durant in the first round?
Fair enough. Fair enough. They're going to try.
Is Anthony Edwards still part of the Minnesota Timberwolves?
He is.
So these boys might come out swinging. Because that man is one of them dudes. Oh, I ain't even play well. We still got one in L.A. already.
Mhm.
If that man smells blood, he's coming for the throat.
Yep. And if they get 2 in Los Angeles,
Heads say, well, I take that back. Heads won't roll up talking about Jeannie Buss running the Lakers. She don't know how to roll heads. She don't know how to roll heads. So heads should roll.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this: Laker Nation won't heads to roll if they go down 0-2.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, your front office don't know how to roll heads, so there'll be no rolling of heads in L.A.
It'll be status quo and nothing else in Los Angeles.
And
Status
then all the iron we going right to LeBron James.
Yep.
Not Luka, LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Does Luka doesn't deserve some of the blame, or does he?
We already know what Luka is. This is the same Luka that beat the brakes off Minnesota last year.
Mm-hmm.
That Luka came out and gave you 36 game.
And nobody else showed up. Literally, nobody else showed up.
Which is prime. This is a prime reason why I ain't gonna look at LeBron James. Dude, you don't even have to do what you usually do.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just give us a minimal triple-double, 15, 10, and 12, Lakers beat Minnesota.
He said a minimal triple-double.
He don't even got to be King James in this series. He got Luka. That man literally said, to Luka, you're the quarterback, I'm the wide receiver. You do you, we were figuring it out. That means LeBron can sit here and say, you know what? I got you, Luka. I got you on this one. let me get. I'm gonna give you 15 points. I'm gonna give you about 12 rebounds. I can do 10 assists. That means other players are getting involved.
Right.
Because you're not finna double and help on LeBron. Yeah, Luka on the court.
Exactly.
Come on, Mr. High Basketball IQ. Now, this is how you know I'm an objective person, because I can't even stand the Lakers.
Nor can I. No,
your hatred is for LeBron. My hatred is actually the Lakers. Which
no,
is why I can't stand LeBron.
Listen, my hatred's for the Lakers too, because of what they've become over the last 4 or 5 years.
Like I said, your hatred's with LeBron, which you just proved my point.
No, it's with the entire team, and it starts at the top with Jeannie Buss.
Because once LeBron leaves the Lakers, he ain't gonna care about the Lakers.
Listen,
I have an infatuated hatred with the Lakers. I hated them when they had Shaq and Kobe. Okay,
and why is that?
I can't stand the Lakers
because
I can't stand teams that's always talked about.
I.e. those that team in Arlington, Texas.
I just laugh at them.
Huh?
I just laugh at them. I can't stand it. When you talk about NFL, I can't stand the New England Patriots. Sorry, Shane Late, but
there you go.
Your team is number one on my list when it comes to NFL hatred. Is the New England Patriots.
It's the New England Patriots.
It should be the San Francisco 49ers or the Seattle Seahawks, but damn it, y'all stopped us from getting 2 Super Bowls, so I can't stand y'all. I should be here with 4 rings right now, but I only have 2 because of them damn Patriots. Outside of that, it would be my division, but and that's the crazy thing. The teams that I hate the most is not even none of the teams in my division.
Right.
It's the teams that's not in my division I can't stand.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball. I'm a Braves fan. You would think I hate the Mets the most. No, I can't stand them damn Dodgers. A team that's always talked about.
I can't stand the Dodgers either.
I can't stand them damn Dodgers. That's why I don't even watch baseball. As soon as they sign Shohei Ohtani, I ain't no point in me watching baseball because I already know how this is gonna go.
Listen, I've had it with the Dodgers. I've hated the Dodgers since I started watching baseball with my dad, because the first team I ever loved was the St. Louis Cardinals. Some guy named Ozzie Smith got me hooked. And then being born and raised on the South Side, I became a White Sox fan. I still love my Cardinals. Okay. So every time the Cardinals played the Dodgers or anybody played the Dodgers, I hated the Dodgers. Hated them. I hated the Dodgers, man.
I can't stand them damn Dodgers.
Damn Dodgers.
I can't stand them. That's why I ain't paying. That's why I'm not paying attention to baseball. Everybody keep. Hey, like, what month this is? Oh, it's April. Come back to me in September.
Right.
I don't even want to talk baseball because like damn Dodgers, man.
Damn Dodgers. I love it.
But you know how bad it was. I had to sit here and it had to be Dodgers are undefeated and the Braves can't win the game. I'm like,
I get it. Dear Lord in heaven, I get it. I get it. Victor Locke joining us from Chicago, as well as Andre Morgan is joining us from Arizona. I beg your pardon. He says, I am watching. And Victor Locke says, can y'all not throw strays at me today? I can't even be on at all. Victor, we know and hate that you're not here. And we're not intending to throw strays at you.
that was just he thought the Cowboys was number one on my list of teams I can't stand, but it's actually the New England
It's the
Patriots.
New England
I'm
Patriots.
throwing shades at Big Dog who is 6. I'm not even throwing shade at you.
Right. Yeah, it's
I just laugh at y'all because y'all write your own story for me. It's literally y'all give us the material on a silver platter. It's like
yes, they do. Like when the week that the Cowboys, and I know we're getting off track here and we're headed for a break, but the week that the Cowboys played the 49ers at Levi's Stadium, do you know how many Cowboy fans, Victor not included, were talking S on my wall? I
don't care about them. Jerry Jones doing it for me.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just highlighting the point that they talked a lot of mess to me and then they lost.
When the last time you seen a Cowboy fan say anything about now? They woke up one morning and they saw Jerry Jones say, well, we didn't have $6 million to pay Derrick Henry. You don't have $6 million to pay Derrick Henry. Is that what you telling us? You don't have $6 million to play Derrick Henry? Oh my gosh. What are we doing?
Oh, gracious.
See, if it wasn't one of them times I was so busy, I would have loved to hear Victor because I'm pretty sure Victor would have to go off when he heard that. Like,
you know what? When Victor returns next week, which will be after the draft, he will go off. I can promise you that.
$6 million is the reason why you didn't sign Derrick Henry. Oh my gosh. I did not know Jerry Jones was cheap. I thought Jerry Jones loved to spend money. I was wrong.
What did you just say? The stories write themselves.
Literally,
Cowboys.
Literally write themselves.
Yep. When I read that,
they write themselves so much. As you can see, ESPN has stopped talking about the Cowboys.
Yes. I gotta tell you, when I read that myself, that the Jerry Jones didn't have $6 million paid Derrick Henry, I turned this computer off and I walked away. I did. I turned this thing off and I walked away and I couldn't believe it. Because I thought for sure they'd be the first team in the bidding war for Derrick Henry.
And I think that's when Cowboy friends looked up and said, oh no. Oh no. Yes, $6 million kept y'all away from a historic running back in the NFL. $6 million. And put it in Stephen A. words, might have been $4 million because there ain't no state income taxes in Texas.
Right.
$6 million. Man.
Oh my gosh.
It's like you can't make this stuff.
Right. Thank you. He just stole my line, but it's true. You can't make this up. You really cannot make this up. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, we'll continue our discussion of the NBA playoffs, including the Clippers getting even. And what the hell were those shots Stephen Curry was throwing up? Back in a minute.
Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
2 after the hour, the Playmaker is here with me. And I think people on our radio stations heard me laughing because every time that Chris Bass commercial plays, I lose it. Especially with one of the ideas coming from Victor. Speaking of which, let's go to the Fanatics feedback zone. Victor says, I wouldn't want Derrick Henry to come to Dallas, not with that piss poor line we got. No lie.
I agree with you, but when you can get a running back like that and it's only cost you $6 million,
plus $6 million, yes.
You can put money towards the offensive line.
Yes, absolutely. RC in basketball says, let's go Stars. Stars did even the series last night. Who's a hockey? If you watch hockey, who's a hockey team that you can't stand?
Really, hockey. Anybody that goes against the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers at this moment. That's pretty much it.
Agreed.
I mean,
all right.
Which I hate the fact they had to face each other in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why y'all two got to face each other?
Right.
Jeez.
Which means my buddy Rod Peterson is going to have a great time going from Tampa back down from Tampa's arena down to Miami's arena because that's.
I'm being biased, but I'm kind of enjoying the fact that the least sport that I can actually cover is the sport that is Florida taking over. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure everybody else is sick of it. Florida ain't even a hockey state,
right?
But it's been running the NHL for the past
9 years.
Good gracious!
For the past decade, the state of Florida has been running the NHL.
I'd be like, that's kind of how I don't run it though.
Yeah, it is very much so. Let's go to Houston. Golden State and Houston play game 2 tomorrow night. I want to focus on game 1 and what the hell Steph Curry thought he was throwing up to the rim.
What you mean?
And they all seem to fall.
You've seen this from him.
I know. I've seen it for
You should have known when the whole narrative going into it was that Ahmad Thompson helped him to 3 points. I'm like, y'all do realize what y'all doing, right?
Yeah.
Like y'all finna have this man go. Y'all finna have this man remind y'all why he is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say worse because this playoff Jimmy alongside of him.
Yep. They combined for 56 points in the Warriors' 95-85 win to snatch game 1 and a home court advantage in Houston.
And by the way, I picked the Warriors. Houston got to learn.
How many games?
I can do 6.
I nearly said 5, but I want them to win. I want them to close them out in California. So I also said 6 games.
I ain't gonna be disrespectful to Houston. They did win like a whole bunch of games. Okay.
They had 50, yep, they won 52 games.
I'm gonna give you some respect, but you got to learn.
Mm-hmm. And Sunday night, they got the first lesson. They haven't gotten the full lesson yet, but they got the first lesson. That shot that Steph
The
hit
first lesson was just because you held a man named Stephen Curry to 3 points in the regular season, that doesn't mean you can do it in the playoffs.
Exactly. That was indeed the first lesson. And when he knocked down his first 3 to equal that total, which came in the first quarter, Houston should have looked up and go, oh no, he's back. He never went back to your
and
point.
by the way, Jalen Green, are you going to show up, sir? Because this is the moment to show up now.
Do I need to fire up the seat?
No. Don't matter what you did. No, this is a learning lesson. What you did in the regular season don't matter no more. This is the playoffs. This is where we need you to, as Shaq would say, whatever you gave me in the regular season, I need 5 to 7 points better in the playoffs. So Jalen Green, you need to up your game. You need to do it tonight. Because if you don't do it tonight, you go down 0-2, you're done. You're done. You're not coming back and winning 4 straight against Golden State.
What did the Warriors do to Jalen Green to keep him at bay?
That's something they do now. I just think he didn't want it.
Really?
I think the light got too bright for him.
And about Amin Thompson, what do you think happened to him?
Shots didn't fall. But he's more of a defensive guy, but shots didn't fall.
Yeah.
It's a make for 90% of the league is a makerless league. But when you look at what kind of shots they taking, is it the normal shots they're taking? And it's falling. Jalen Green, he didn't look for his shot. He was not in attack mode. Jalen Green needs to be in attack mode. Matter of fact, did you watch Cade Cunningham yesterday?
I did.
Cade Cunningham was in attack mode yesterday.
That he was. And that's why
what happened. You see what happened.
That's why that series is even at 1 game apiece. Held the Knicks to 94 points. We'll get to that series a little later. But Wednesday night is game 2 for the Houston Rockets. They need to win this one because, as you said a moment ago, if they go down 0-2 going to California,
you're not winning 4 straight.
You're
not winning 4 straight. You might win 1. You might win. You're not winning 4 straight if you down 0-2 to Golden State. You're not winning 4 straight.
Because if they go down 0-2, they have to find a way to steal one in California and send it back to Texas for game 5. Because I'll say it again, because if they go down 0-2, this series is over. This series is cooked.
This is where Fred VanVleet, who is an NBA champion, this is where Dylan Brooks, you throw all his answers out the way. He's been in these moments. And you have a head coach in Ime Udoka who's been in these moments. Bring your young talent to the forefront. Let them know, all right, look, this is where we at. You got your first taste of the playoffs. Now it's time to get back to playing basketball because at the end of the day, it's still basketball.
It is. It is. And defensively, Golden State put on a masterclass, even though they got killed underneath with the offensive board. They got killed on the offensive boards, but yet they were still able to keep Houston out of the basket. They were still able to keep turning Houston away, and they made the plays when they needed to throughout the course of the game on Sunday.
So that's all it is.
To New York we go. The Pistons have evened the series against Detroit at 1 game apiece. And to repeat something you said just a minute ago, Cade Cunningham was definitely in attack mode last night.
He got a taste of the playoffs in game 1, and he realized, oh, it's a little bit different. Okay. Tobias Harris showed up, tried to do it, but didn't have help. And then when you let I said this on the show yesterday. If there's a 20 or 21-0 run anyway in the game, Don't let it be in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
That's actually the worst quarter to get put on a 21-0 run.
Yeah, because they don't let that run happen. They're up 2-0 going back to Michigan.
But I say you take the good with it. You look at it like, you know what? We actually had the lead in the fourth quarter. And we just let them go bananas on us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it. But we'll come back and play well. In which they did.
They did. They really did. They stole game 2. They go back to Detroit. Can they take both of those at Little Caesars in Detroit? They meeting the Pistons.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
Because of one person and one person only. And he's not even on the Pistons. Let me see, can y'all guess who I'm talking about?
I will take 2 guesses. Karl Anthony Towns?
Nope.
Okay, so it's not him. Let me try this obvious guess. Jalen Brunson.
Nope. It is so obvious that I'm surprised he didn't come in your first thought. We are talking about the Knicks here. Tom Thibodeau.
Tom Thibodeau. That was my next guess. I thought it was a player you were talking about the coach, and you're absolutely right. Tibbs is messing it up again, just like he did with the Bulls, and just like in some cases he did with the Boston Celtics. He's doing it again in New York.
I don't know why he won't. Why is you so stubborn, Tibbs? Why is you so stubborn? It's called a bench for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And when he was in Chicago, he had the best bench in the league for 3 years running, and he didn't use them come playoff time. Now he's doing it again.
Man, Tom, I don't know because you've been busy a lot, but anytime I talk about the Knicks, I was like, I'm just waiting for Tom Thibodeau to see how many players he's going to play, because that's going to determine how far the Knicks going to go.
I heard you mention that quite a few times, and I don't know why it didn't click with me, but he's doing the same thing again, like he did in Chicago, like he did in Minnesota. He's doing the same thing again in New York. He's depending on his starters way too much, and he's not using the depth that he has on his bench. It's like he doesn't trust them.
I mean, Cameron Payne gave you double-digit points in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think 9 of them came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He went from, I think, 14 minutes in game 1 to 4 minutes in game 2.
Yep.
Where did those 10 minutes go?
To Karl Anthony Towns. I'll answer that. And those 9 points in the fourth quarter came during that 21-0 run. That gave the Knicks game 1.
So I know people gonna lay cards to Towns. Fair enough. I'm looking at Tom Thibodeau because I'm waiting for him to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they lose? Because they played only 7 freaking players.
Yep. They played only 7 players.
That's why. Your roster holds 12 to 15, but you only play 7 of them.
Damn.
What you expect was going to happen? At some point, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, it was going to get wear down.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they lost to Indiana last year?
And they got worn down.
Jalen Brunson actually got injured.
Mm-hmm. Because he played too many minutes. Thibodeau kept leaning on him. And then that happened.
And that's why Stephen A is worried right now.
He should be. Because there's a potential for his Knicks to go down 3-1. And potential for the Pistons, once again, if they're patient, to steal game 5 in the Garden. There's a potential for 3 consecutive wins for the Detroit Pistons. And it's like you said, it's all because of Tom Thibodeau not trusting and using his bench.
Sure, I bet you Phoenix would like to switch benches with New York right about now.
I bet you they would too. Let's go to Indianapolis.
I'm glad you went there. Because breaking news.
Damian Lillard's coming back tonight.
He is officially back. Now, that makes game 3 for me a whole lot more interesting, not game 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first game back, so I'm just going to take game 2. Whatever he does in game 2, I'm just going to take it for what it is.
Okay.
Something that most of y'all should do when y'all have coaching changes for whatever reason, but y'all don't understand.
This is why I love having you on this show.
Just saying.
It's a truth.
Whatever game 2 happens, I'm just gonna take it. Even if Indiana wins game 2, I'm just gonna sit here and say the only thing they did was defend home court.
Yep, and you're right. And you're right.
They did was defend home court.
Which I think they will.
But game 3, that's when I start getting okay. Now let's see, because Dame Butler got a game in now. Mm-hmm. Now let's see what we got. And by the way, I will do this on this show, even though I did it on my show yesterday. Kyle Cubs, can you just do something for me? Can you do something? Anything? I don't care. The man had zeros across the only thing the man did was have 2 fouls. That was it. 2 fouls in 22 minutes. Can you do anything for me, sir? Jeez. And Doc Rivers defended him. Man, Doc Rivers, shut up. That man has 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks.
In 22 minutes.
In 22 minutes. And we going to try to take over him? Now, if he would have got 5 rebounds, 2 assists,
right.
I'd have been like,
right.
Okay, he did some, he tried.
He did.
He did zilch in game 1. So for everybody like to pick on PJ Tucker and Draymond Green, I ain't hear y'all talk about Kyle Kuzma.
No.
That man leading had zeros across the board.
Mm-hmm.
At least Draymond Green, he'll give me a triple single. At least he did something.
Right. And he played defense also.
At least PJ Tucker did something.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't like that he scored 0 points. Hey man, that man grabbed 8 rebounds. That man had 2 steals, and that man had a block.
Mm-hmm.
He did something. Kyle Kuzma did zilch in game 1.
And he's
literally.
And he's going to continue to do zilch.
Let's do something. Do anything.
He's going to
just do anything. I don't care. Do anything.
He's going to continue to do zilch.
Jeez. No, he going to do something because Dame back now.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody can't really double Giannis no more, which means the floor can be spreaded out.
Mm-hmm.
So do something, okay? Can you do something? You got Dame back. Do something. Jeez.
But how do the Pacers contain Dame if possible?
Dame is like Steph Curry. You just hope he missed. You just hope he missed. That's it.
Fair enough.
You just hope he's rusty because he's been out for so long.
Mm-hmm. Then you got the Clippers evening the series. Okay. Against Denver. 105-102 was the final last night. But I heard your rant after the Clippers lost game 1 in overtime.
You know why the Clippers won game 2? They didn't have a double-digit lead.
This is true.
At no point in this game they had a double-digit lead.
Because in the playoffs, and you said it so eloquently on Shooting Lights Out, whenever the Clippers have a double-digit lead in the playoffs, they choke.
That was so freaking much. You know what? Take a break before we're gonna come back to this. Take a break.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna fire up the tank when the Playmaker gets back. Stand by. Back in the deuce.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Headed toward the top of the hour, the Playmaker is here with me, and Sig Diggy joins us from Norway, saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and he greets everybody in the chat as well. And Sig went through something before we get to the top of the hour. Sig went through something that I went through 2 years ago, colonoscopy, and I wasn't supposed to. Okay, when it happened, And when we got scheduled for it, the schedule wasn't clear until March. We're talking about March of 2023. Man, doctor looked at me and said, we can move you up to tomorrow if you want. I looked at my wife and she said, yes, go for it. But it was the preparation that... Let me tell the men something. If you're at or beyond the age of 50, you need to get prepared to have a colonoscopy. And I will tell you how it went for me. There was a drink that they gave me to clean out my system. And when I tell you it was nasty, and I couldn't have anything, I couldn't eat anything because it was a cleanse. They had to cleanse it so they can see what was going on with me. Fortunately, it came back all clear. But getting ready for that, ugh. I just knew it was necessary. And we saved ourselves 6 months, and then now it led to me being in remission from pancreatic cancer. So thanks to everybody at St. Francis here in Southern Indiana for helping with that. All right, the Playmaker is here with me, and we may as well get to it right now. The Clippers.
Y'all is literally the reason why Cole Johnson and Snowman pick on me when it comes to games. Y'all are literally the reason why. I lost game when I said, "Oh, Clippers came ready to ball." Good. That's
right.
Right.
They
got a double-digit lead. They up 15. All right, cool. In which I picked the Clippers because I said, "I'm sorry, cool, but y'all going through too many changes." These boys are up 15, and next thing I know, the game is in overtime. Game goes in overtime, Nuggets come out on top. I don't know.
Yep. 112.
And doing my normal morning routine, get up, first take, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Find out it was the 8th time the Clippers had a 15-point lead on the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs.
And they blew it.
And they blew it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's bad enough to have that many double-digit leads in the playoffs and blown, but to one team?
One team. Yes.
I'm like, what the hell? And they leave it to Stephen A. Smith because he does cover basketball. Clutch time, for those who don't know what clutch time is, the last 5 minutes of the game.
Last 5.
All right, minute took only 2 shots. Why do you want to take in 2 shots? And then you see what he did last night to the Denver.
Yes. Oh, gracious me.
Damn Clippers, man.
Why do you keep picking the Clippers?
If Denver wasn't going through the chances they was going through, I would have picked the Nuggets. I'm like, man, y'all just fired the coach right before the playoffs. I'm picking the Clippers, man, because the Clippers are more organized right now than the Nuggets, which is still surprising to me that you fired Mike Malone.
Right.
But it's kind of funny. There might be some other reasons why they fired Mike Malone, and I'm like, well, I might not be able to defend Mike Malone.
I agree.
But it's still stupid to fire your coach before the playoffs.
For the playoffs. And he wasn't the only team that did that. They weren't the only team that did that.
God. Oh my Lord.
You know what? I'm gonna fire the tank up anyway.
It's multiple reasons for this, okay?
Okay.
And I talked about it on Shooting Lights. I said, okay, one of the reasons you can look at is the fact that the Memphis Grizzlies played the final playing game, which then tip out to about close to 10 o'clock. So they probably didn't get done to 2:30 on the East Coast time. 36 hours later, the first game on Easter Sunday.
Yep.
That can play a part in that, okay? But still, you got your ass whooped by 51. Good gracious. Matter of fact, maybe you could ask, because I didn't ask it on the stream like that. Maybe that I got somebody else with me. You can probably answer this question. Victor, if you still listen, you probably can answer this question. Why is it on holidays that we see the biggest ass whoopings? Did it not occur to you?
That's a drop. And yes, you are absolutely right. On holidays, no matter what the game is, but in particular NBA holidays, NBA on holidays, I beg your pardon.
Especially in the playoffs.
Yep. Memorial Day, Easter Sunday,
Mother's Day.
We
see blowouts.
I will use your words. And my wife asked me this question also because she looked at the Oklahoma City Memphis score briefly. And I do mean briefly because we were at our in-laws' house. And she pulled me aside, brought me a second. She says, honey, I got one question. Lay it on me. Why do teams love getting their ass kicked on holidays in the NBA? Playmaker, I wish I had an answer to your question. Unfortunately, I don't. You're true. You're absolutely true. You're absolutely
when the Mary whooped on the Lakers, that was Mother's Day.
Any holiday in the playoffs, in the NBA, somebody is going to get blown the hell out. And the first one I saw like that was the Memorial Day Massacre in 1985. Celtics Lakers. And the Celtics whooped their ass 148 to 114. Which had my mother all kinds of pissed off because, as I mentioned, she was a Showtime Laker fan.
Man, when I do my normal Mother's Day, hang out with the mom and the grandma, went to grandma's house.
Yep.
That's when I watched the Dallas Mavericks whoop the Lakers' ass. I was like, well, goddamn. And Kobe was mad as hell.
Do you blame him?
That was an ass whooping for the ages.
Yes, it was.
I'm like, goddamn. I'm like I said, and I said there's one other way to look at it. They was the last playing game on Friday.
Yes, the very last one.
Which we can blame out of some in the NBA for. Why you got them playing the first game on Easter Sunday after there was the last game to be played? That is very disrespectful.
I got to make a short out of the question you asked. Why is it that on holidays we see the biggest ass whoopings? I've got to cut that now.
I didn't think about it like that. I'm like, hold on. Now I thought about it. That was the last game on Friday, and that game did not end till about 12:30.
Right.
They played that one Sunday. Damn.
That's a quick turnaround, and they had to fly to Oklahoma City.
Damn.
They had to travel to Oklahoma City, right?
Yes.
They had to travel to Oklahoma City after they blew out Dallas on the last game on Friday. They go to Oklahoma City and they get a foot put in their ass.
I was like, well, damn, that is kind of true. Well, damn, Madison, why you did them like that?
Right.
Why you do them like that? Y'all could have. That was the last game on Friday. They the first game on Sunday. Like, hold on, no. And they get
that is all.
And make it worse of all, Shea Gibbs wasn't the one that did the ass whooping. I think Memphis fan would have felt a lot better if Shea Gibbs was being SGA in game one.
Yes.
He was not SGA in game one.
No.
And you got destroyed by 50. So now you gotta sit here like, well, at least stay in Oklahoma City. At least if they win, we can sit here and say they defend the home court.
Mm-hmm.
When they come to Memphis, then we can, right the ship and do what we gotta do.
Right.
I still don't think I have a chance in hell to beat Oklahoma City.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, y'all did get your ass whooped, but it's multiple reasons why you got your ass whooped. But damn,
that question will forever be in my head now.
What it is?
Will forever be in my head. What is it with playoff holidays in the NBA, and teams just get a mud hole stomped in their ass?
Man, what? What week is Mother's Day? Well, we are on the 22nd. All right, yeah, 1, 2. Yep. We got 3 weeks before Mother's Day. So in 3 weeks, somebody getting their ass whooped. In 3 weeks. We don't know who. We don't know where. But in 3 weeks, there's going to be another blowout somewhere.
Okay. Now you're giving me my question of the day, and it's a form of yours. What was the worst playoff holiday ass whooping you saw in the NBA playoffs? I just mentioned one of mine, the Memorial Day Massacre.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I don't know how anybody can talk what happened to Memphis on Sunday. 51.
51.
I didn't know that was possible in the NBA playoffs.
I certainly did.
I have seen the Lakers get their ass whooped.
I never thought I'd
by
see
51.
Right.
I saw the Lakers get their ass whooped in the NBA Finals, but it went by 51. Okay. I have seen the Lakers whoop the San Antonio Spurs ass. It wasn't by no 51. I have watched the San Antonio Spurs whoop the Miami Heat's ass in the NBA Finals. It wasn't by no damn 51.
No, it was not.
I see some ass whoopings. Not 51. Hell, I don't think none of the games in the NCAA tournament was won by 51.
No, they were not. Not even the UConn women's team. And they won every single game in their tournament by 20 plus, but not 51. They came close on 2 occasions. Beg your pardon. They came close on 2 occasions, but they couldn't stretch the lead out to 50.
51 is different.
Yes, it is. It is.
You do not see that in professional basketball.
No, you don't. Not 51 points in the playoffs.
This equates to when the Dolphins beat the brakes off the Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos, yes.
And he was like, these dudes put up 70?
70 points. I mean, but that was regular season. And thank you to the late Jim Moore for what I'm about to play next. But it was the regular season, not the
playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
I'm just saying, like, yo,
51 points, man.
51.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Not 21, not 31. And I'll say it again. Not even the UConn women's team during this masterful set of blowouts beat somebody by 51. I mean, look, the closest thing they came to that was they beat the brakes out of Lauren Betts and UCLA by 36. That's it. But 51 points? And SGA wasn't being SGA. And I think SGA is going to wind up getting the most valuable player. I think he's going to wind up getting the MVP award.
And if he does, it's just sympathy because they should have gave it to him last year.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. I showed a stat, I think either last week or the week before. I don't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what statistic was last year, and we was picking SGA.
Yes.
This year, Jokic actually did better than last year. Yep. So I'm like, are we sure SGA is deserving of this award this year?
Personally, I thought coming into the season it would be the year of the Joker again.
That man actually achieved the triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, that man, outside of points per game, better rebounding, better assists, even better steals than SGA.
Mm-hmm.
Better field goal percentage and 3-point shooting than SGA.
And he's 7'1" and 280 pounds.
So I asked the question, and this is what happens when you have to be honest. Are we sure SGA is the most valuable player in the NBA? Joker did better than what he did last year, and he won the award. So
Yeah.
are we going to be objective here? Or are we going to be sympathetic?
I'll be objective. Even though a moment ago, I think, according to others' logic, SGA will win the MVP, but he's not deserving of the MVP because Nikola Jokic is by a mile. I think it's Joker's award to lose.
That's
And
what
how
I
the
said.
hell
Are we going to be sympathetic here? Are we
And
going to be objective?
And how the hell they put Giannis in the middle of this conversation? I don't.
It has to be 3.
Yeah, you had to put.
And who else outside them two is playing better than Giannis? But we know Giannis is distant third.
Yeah, very distant. So I think it's Joker's MVP award to lose. We're behind. Let's take a break, and when we come back, all things WrestleMania, and that will truly be the Playmakerz takeover. And I have a chore to take care of, so I'll be back. We'll be back in about 7 minutes. We'll give you an ID, and then it's all about the Playmaker and WrestleMania. And I'm definitely going to fire up the tanks, and I'm going to let him take over. Second hour after this.